Alright, so this is the Black Album era tone test. I got the Mark II C Plus model on the Mark V. I looked up about 6 or 7 different videos that kind of helped me dial in the EQ a little bit. Also, I'm going to demo my clean tone as well, see what you think. Okay, here we go. Okay, that was the clean tone, and then here is the dirty tone. And I figure you guys would probably dig to hear that, because when I got everything dialed in this time, it blew me away. I was psyched. So my next thing is gonna just be play around with some of the settings on the overdrive, get a little bit closer and a little less hairy on the top end. But then again, most amps and effects back in the late 80s, early 90s were kind of similar to that, particularly like ADA preamps, the ADA MP1 like they used around that era. But I kind of still using the same pedals that I showed you last time, but this time on top of the 3-band and the 5-band, I put a 10-band EQ into the loop. And I just want to make a major shout out to Ola England. I paused his video and then checked the settings on his 10-band EQ and then matched mine up to that, and that's how I managed to get pretty close. So that's how I ended up with the tone I got, and aka pretty darn close to James Hetfield's live tone around the Black Album tour, which is actually more of what I was going for as opposed to the album tone. Because the album tone, I mean, we could sit here all day and go into the gear and all the stuff that they use just to record that, but instead I listened to a lot of the live footage, particularly the Live Shit Binge and Purge DVD. A lot of the footage is on YouTube. So go on ahead and check that out if you want to see particularly my reference points, and you'll really get to hear like how nasty and how like girthy that tone was for how scooped it was. Which, for being scooped, you are going to have a ton of low end and a lot of high end. It's just not going to articulate as well and cut through the mix. So where they managed to not only cut through the mix, but base everybody in the band's tone around that. And with Bob Rock as a producer in the studio, and them using similar settings on tour, it just made for killer guitar tone for me. Well, I just figured you guys like to hear that, and I'll post another video soon. Thank you. Bye.